Mrs. Milligan's lousy family won't assist in her status of elderly. She doesn't complain about them, instead makes excuses. Their life is busy, one son lives out of town, her daughter is active with her children, and the other son is wrapped up with work. The grandchildren don't come around. She's a classic grandma. I can't understand why they don't at least come for the food. It's always home cooked and satisfying. She never lets me leave without forcing me to eat something. Her daughter, Christy, first engaged me on behalf of her mom. Her children would rather pay me than be inconvenienced. That word sucks. I struggle with diphthongs that create short vowel sounds. The sun is warm, but the air is brisk enough for a jacket. Mrs. Milligan needs my help again. She always has a valid job for me to do, but she's mostly lonely. I don't schedule many other clients on days with her. She takes the better part of my day. One thing always finds another with her. I need you to retrieve the boxes in the attic labeled children. They are on the left-hand side closest to the window at the end. I've never seen a tidier attic. Every box is labeled and clothes hang on racks under heavy plastic garment bags. They've yellowed through the heat in years. It's nothing more than junk, but like everyone believes of their possessions, it's held as treasure. I bring the first box down, and she's happy with a reminiscent smile pushing at her wrinkles. Is it possible for you to carry down the Christmas decorations? I know it's not Thanksgiving yet. Her voice shakes through a laugh. But I thought I would decorate early this year. I nod to agree. The Christmas items are in red containers. The tree's rather heavy. The rest of the afternoon is spent trimming the fake, sparse spruce tree. She has ornaments her kids made decades ago, made from pasta and brittle, crafts of typical Christmas colors. I listen while she talks on and on about her children, particularly proud of the nativity her daughter Christy made years ago. Popsicle Stick Jesus has seen better days. In between stories of her children, she asks about me. Vague questions mostly, easy to answer without revealing myself. I don't make her pay my normal hourly rate today. She's not poor, but her golden years are on a fixed income. She sits rifling through the children's memories stacked in boxes when I leave. Her content face, thinking of the kids, was worth the slighted fee. I head home, tired and ready to flop. I ignore the text lighting up my cell phone. I'll check it when I get home. I decide to stop at the grocery store and pick up a few necessities. Is that 2 C's or 2 S's? I'll look it up later. The retailers beat Mrs. Milligan to the Christmas decorations. Halloween's not here, and bright bulbs and candy canes line the shelves. There's not one sentimental reason for their early decorating. A broad staircase outside leads to my apartment building and mimics the one inside. The outer doors have been updated from the original ones. The sound of my footsteps echo when I walk up the inner stairs. Sturdy staircases like this aren't built anymore. I live on the second story to the right at the end of the wide hall. The 4 black apartment doors on my floor are glossy. They're made of real wood, not hollow like modern cheap construction. They appear uptown with lion head knockers. I hear a lot of commotion straight across from my apartment late at night and curiously peek through the peephole when I hear it. I'm not sure what the guy does for a living. Maybe drugs. Not because his skin is handsomely dark, but people are in and out constantly. They sneak around at all hours of the night. I haven't seen who lives catty-corner to the man straight across from me. I haven't met or caught a glimpse of who stays next to me, but hear them often. After their fights, the bed crashes hard against the wall dividing our bedrooms. They fight to fuck. How can it be said we are civilized? With the noise they make, I put him at colossal size, and she, if it's a she, is good size too. The banging they make is loud and long, like an extended version of an adult movie. I moved to the kitchen to put away the 3 bags of groceries and to eat. I'm fairly pissed I spent more than I intended. Grocery stores and retailers count on it. I check the text I got earlier and see the Foot client needs me again. This would make it 2 nights in a row. I text him back, I'll be there at the usual time. I sit watching videos on my phone and munch on my pre-cooked food. With enough time, I stop at the lotion shop, where women in herds are paying inflated prices to slather their flesh. The steady diet of advertisements, "It's all about you," feeds this self-absorbed society. My skin is naturally hydrated, so I'm here for him. I find a masculine scent. It's feet specific. What a merchandising mountain of dung. I question why I bought him anything. I'm impulsive, that's why. What I won't ask is why he has me coming so often. If he wants to pay me, I'll rub his feet as much as he needs. He has extremely expensive shoes, which he removed himself, ritualistically, until he moved into the new house where he wore utility boots with endless lacing. I sat down in front of him and began to untie and loosen them. It surprised him. He wore the same boots the next time. He didn't balk to have me take them from his feet. Just like the first night and those that followed, I let myself in. He's here, sitting in his chair, waiting. I say hello and get to work. He asks if I'd be more comfortable in a chair while I work. I don't mind being on the floor. Physical positions don't make one inferior. I kneel in front of him and begin unlacing his boots. I untie the length of his laces and pull them from his feet. I remove his socks and look up at him. His face is blank, so I smile at him. He lies back in his chair as I lotion and rub his feet. I'm busy massaging, and he pulls his foot from me. "Did you hear me?" "Obviously not." "That smells good," he states about the lotion I bought for him. "I'm glad you agree." I don't think on the stench of humanity. I give one flick and don't consider it. Foul, tangible smells are nothing in comparison to the reek of one's soul. From him, I sense neither. "Is this your home?" I ask quietly. He lifts his head, and I look at his mouth. "Yes, it is." "It's nice." "Thank you." The area between the toes is neglected of touch. The feet are important, holding the weight of the body. When I massage his toes thoroughly, I hear him moan. I can't see his face sitting on the floor, but it makes me aware. I spend a good hour on his feet. He never asks for anything else, and I never repeat the process the same way twice. It would be too predictable and boring. He always has a clean pair of socks to put on his feet when I'm done. I'm up early today. Someone's in need of having their kid picked up from the airport at 7:17 a.m. I'm familiar with traveling alone in my youth, so I took the job. In grade school, I despised flying by myself. Airports are like a lonely, scary city to a kid. It's easier for all adults involved to have the kid on the plane at night and let them sleep. I always flew first class. When I met the dad last week, he texted me a picture of his inconvenience, so I'd recognize him. The guy just relocated, and his son is now shuffled between visitation rights. The new nanny's schedule couldn't accommodate receiving the kid. Desperate, the dad hired me. He didn't have time for a background check. If he wanted one, I would have declined. At the gate on time, the flight attendant passes me the kid. It's all prearranged. I use a fake ID. I'm not mean to anyone, but I'm not overly gratuitous either. Kids and elders are different. Kids have a long way to go, and elders are on their way out, so I show extra care. I hold the kid's hand securely, because he's freaked out. My pretty face with a simple smile calms him as we walk. Was there anything good to eat on the plane? They had cookies that were good. Biscoff. They are good. You like 'em? Oh, yes. I overly exaggerate. I've had them many times. I would eat so many my stomach swelled and almost exploded. I animate with puffed cheeks. He throws his head back and laughs like a boy. The lady gave me some. I got more. You want some? He reaches for his backpack, all happy, but I keep a hold of his hand. How many did she give you? 3 packs. Then I'll have one. We head to the baggage claim to get his suitcase. Kids love to talk, so we do. It's hard for adults to talk to kids. Like speaking kid is a lost language once they're grown. At the baggage claim, he hits the floor on his knees, eager to dig out the cookies. How could anyone mistreat a kid? Ever? I'll never have one, but if I did, I'd be a nice mom. He shoves the cookies at me. I grab his luggage, and we move outside to my car. I take a picture of the kid in my car, enter a text, and send it to his dad immediately. Within 2 minutes, he texts me back, saying he won't be able to get his son until noon. Shit. I text him back he'll be paying me more. This will bump 2 other jobs. It's only 8 o'clock. He tugs on my arm. What's the matter? You got something you've always wanted to do, but never have? His face gets serious, and he thinks for a while. I'm shaking cobwebs, trying to figure out what to do. I can't take him to my apartment. It would traumatize the kid if he heard the anytime, day or night, sexual active neighbors. The kid's on my watch, and I won't let him be exposed to adult things he shouldn't be at his age. I text my next 2 appointments while the kid thinks. I let them know I'll reschedule. Have a picnic, he tells me with a happy face. I know the exact place. The weather isn't great for it, but kids don't care about such things. He pulls out a handheld gaming system, and I pull from the airport parking lot. We kill time at the grocery store, laughing at everything. The lifeless employee with no sense of humor informs me we can't play with the produce. We had a 3-foot pyramid almost built with citrus fruits when he tells us to stop. We wait for him to leave and finish. I take a picture of the orange structure, grab 2 tangerines, and we go shopping. The kid likes the marshmallow bag toss game we play in aisle 5. He's loud and laughs from his belly. We find items to make sandwiches for the picnic. He wants buffalo wing potato chips. He tells me he's never allowed to eat chips. I ask him if he's allergic. He says no. I throw 2 bags in the cart. He's ecstatic he'll be eating them for breakfast. Kids love life off the boring, beaten path. Just to be educational, we alphabetize the products in the cart. It makes him feel real proud that he can. The nice thing about kids is they're clueless when strangers stare with judgmental, snarled faces, unless adults point it out. I won't. We eat until our bellies are ready to burst, then lie down in the grass and stare at the sky. It's cold, but living out of my car on occasions keeps several blankets in my trunk. What are you going to do when you grow up? Play video games. Yeah? I state, laughing. Are you rich? I got a few bucks. You'll need to eat. How are you going to make any money? There's lots of guys making money playing video games. I hope it works out for you. Do you like school? This is pointless. I know the answer before he gives it. I don't got a brother or sister, but I got friends at school. I don't have. Not I don't got. Oh, he says to my correction. I see his face get sad. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. Don't be upset. I'm a grown woman and I still got problems with spelling. He sits up quickly. I still have. He corrects me and starts to laugh hard. You're funny. It's easy to relate to kids. And you're smart. I get the kid to his dad at noon. He tries to pay me more for my time, but I decline. The kid's happy to have the other bag of buffalo chips. My other jobs are done by 4, and my foot client texts me again. It's every day now. I charge $40 for the hour massage, but he gives me $50 every time. I text him I'll be there. I flop on the couch to avoid my bedroom. I keep that door shut most of the time. The kid is on my mind. I look at the pictures I took of him and eat the small pack of cookies he gave me. If I get horizontal, I always fall asleep. If I sit too long, I fall asleep. I don't have narcolepsy, but it feels like it. I wonder if my mind has that spelled right. There's a rare idea running through my mind for the foot client. I get out of the chair to avoid sleep and go shower. I make plans to look fantastic tonight.